All right. That was fun. Looks like Restream decided to kick out on me. 1 second while I get everything back up. Okay. I think I haven't had people on the chat either. Let me check. Live start chat. There we go. Okay, got the stream chat back up. And let me see if everybody's in already. Okay, folks, thanks for rejoining. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I'm getting real tired of Restream. Let me tell you that. I have been having nothing but problems with Restream lately. Now, obviously, I don't pay them to use their service because they let you just use this thing for free. So I can't really complain that much. Ismail says, aha, 7 other viewers today. Yes, today apparently YouTube has fixed the issue with the viewer count. That's good, I guess. Yes, it wouldn't be a system corrector stream without problems. We're going to change how we multi-stream soon. I'm going to come up with my own solution. Apparently, it's really easy to use Nginx to do multi-streaming. And there's also plugins for OBS to do it, but I don't know if I trust my one computer to push out 2 streams simultaneously, so I'd rather just like push it through a cloud server or something. Okay, so what I just did, which I should probably recompile, is what was it actually? I've forgotten now. Oh, set game selected entity. Monster. Okay, there we go. So I am setting the selected monster by default, which is good because that way we'll always have something that's selected. There was something else too, which I've forgotten now, but we'll figure it out once we get back in. I don't know, I'm losing access to my things here. We'll take a look in just a moment and see how it's progressing. Let me know in the chat if the stream ever goes down again. Also need to post on Fediverse that the stream is updated. Okay, let's go. So let me refresh the page here. Now something weird is happening, which you'll notice in a moment. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, actually, because apparently this is a problem. Set selected. Oh, I forgot to pass in the game. Current game. Something funny is happening with the tile drawing now after I changed the code to be a floating point number. It's not calculating the indices correctly, I think. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. Okay, let's reload. Again? Come on now, that's not right. Current game. Oh. Boy, oh boy, look at that. So we haven't set the game yet. Current game is here. Make game level editor. pre-populate the selected monster. Because I don't really trust the UI to do that. Okay, almost done. There we go. Let's refresh. Yes, now the monsters are grass. Chaos Theory says, I use geeks, by the way. Yeah, me too. And we do see that there is one that's selected. If I go select another one, then it selects the other one. So now we can actually see which entity we're editing for, which is good. Though we do have a slight problem with the tile offsets. I'm going to go to tile sheet and look at tile index to chords. Tile sheet index to chords. So tile size, where is it? Tile sheet index to chords. Oh, I'm pre-calculating this, I think. Make tile sheet index, tile count X, tile count Y. Those are still integers. If I look at game, make tile sheet, those are still integers, but the tile size is not. Tile count X, Y, vector tile count X, Y. Okay, so I'm not using tile size there. So tile sheet index, vector ref, tile sheet index to chords, vector ref index. So why is it a problem then? I don't know why all of a sudden we're getting different numbers coming out of there. What could have happened? I don't think I changed anything about the drawing code. Let's change this back for a second, just to verify that this is the change that caused it, because it could be something else. Okay. So we're back to normal. It's really interesting that turning this to a floating point number causes a problem. So tile size must be getting used somewhere. Tile size. Tile sheet index, tile size, size. Is it right there? Make tile sheet index. So I think I need to change this to an exact number. Alternatively, whenever I save the initial tile size, to make tile sheet, I should actually make that an inexact number. Inexact, is that what I've been using? Or I could just multiply it by 1.0. A little bit lame, but that works. And then I can go back to game and make this 16 again. All we need is just tile size to be a floating point number instead of just an integer. Probably using tile size in other places, but those are usually going to be position calculations. So I think that should be okay. All right, let's refresh, and we seem to have everything working again. Rectangle is working, and the tile drawing is working. So we're good to go on that. So now that we have selection, let's go back to thinking about what it means to win or lose the game. So let's write some stuff down in our notes file. Okay. So the game loop. So lose, hero collects all treasure. But what does the hero need to do? It's going to be fairly hard for the hero to collect all the treasure, I think, because they're going to have to get the keys to open the doors whenever we add randomization. Let me also do this too. Remaining work. Randomize doors. Hey, Christine. Yeah, it's not a bug in the numeric tower, but it seems that if you have an exact number and you're passing it through the FFI interface and the FFI expects a floating point number, then it doesn't translate that to a float for you. And I don't know what it's passing, but the JavaScript APIs just can't use it. So I wasn't able to draw rectangles whenever I was passing an integer in for the position. Randomize doors and map them to an equivalent number of keys if locked. All right, so hero collects all treasure. That's one way to win the game, but that can't be enough. I mean, I think they need it. There needs to be an exit. And reaches the exit. So they have to go get all the treasure, and there must be a door at the end. So we need to have some kind of door at the end. I'll bet money that there is a staircase icon in this set somewhere that we can use. Just scanning through. Right here. So there's a staircase there. So they need to get to the exit, which would be the staircase, which is tile number 296. There's also that one too. That looks like it's going down. Oh, there it is right there. 298. Looks like a ladder out. So 298. If I go back to level 1, I could set that on right there. Boom. Oh, wait. Why is it not letting me paint that? Did I lock the level or something? Or is it, oh, the layer that I'm on? Layers. Tile layer 1. We're going to drop it right there. So that's the exit. I should probably move some things around in this level. We're going to need to do that anyway. So there's an exit right there they'll have to get to. And we're going to have to identify the position of the exit based on its tile ID. So that was what number again? 298? All right, so 298. Let me go back into the source code. That was in entity, maybe? That was right in the notes for those. 298 is exit stairs. Probably should put that in level though. We need to know what the exit is for the level. So level.scm. So we have spawns. I suppose there could be multiple exits too. But let's just say exits for now. Exits. Level exits. And also we can update our spawns, or so exits right here, we'll say. Make level, width, height, tile data. So we loop, null tile data, make level, list vector spawns. We can also say exits as an empty list. Loop tile. If tile data is 0, then that's the spawn position. I think we need to use something different here. So we're constantly something with it's fine to pass everything through like that. Feels a little bit gross. It's modulo quotient width and height. Why am I doing it that way? Oh, I'm trying to get the position. Can I just have a helper method for that? Yeah. I think that's right? Tile data width height. Yep. All right, so let's take this whole little part right here. I want to cut that. Index position I. There we go. So that will do that. And we're going to do the same thing for exits. So we'll paste this in right here. That's actually going to be, I'm going to take the outer cons off on that. Get rid of that too. Okay, now we're good. So if I go back here and copy this code, we can keep our exits list. And we're going to be looking for number what is 298. 298. Probably should set constants for these. And we're going to make this exits. It's kind of gross, but you know, it's a game jam. Christine's also on the YouTube chat. She says she's excited to see the progress. Well, thank you. It's pretty good. I think we're doing okay. All right, so define exit tile ID 298. 298. We'll go down here and just fix that. Exit tile ID. Hey, Dave. One more thing. Let's see. Spawn. You know, I could probably do this too. Spawn tile ID. I thought about making it so that the hero only spawns in like an entry area, like right here, let's say. And having a special kind of tile that would be, you know, indicative of their spawn location. So perhaps something like these tiles here, which would be kind of cool, like number 2, let's say. In fact, I could just go ahead and set that up. So watch this. Number 2, we're just going to draw those right here. So the hero could show up in one of these spots. It's a little bit too visible, though, in my opinion. I guess they don't all need to be drawn. But we don't want any monsters to show up here. You don't really want them to spawn right next to the hero, so... Do I have anything else I can use in its place that would be less noisy? There's something here. What does that do? Nah, I don't like that very much. That looks kind of neat. I mean, it doesn't need to be... Why does it matter if we have them all over the place here? It just needs to be in one spot. Oh, that was the reason why. Because they didn't want the monsters to show up there by accident. Maybe it doesn't matter. Let's just do this. So that's going to be the tile for the player, sorry, the hero starting position. That's ID number 3. So hero spawn tile ID is number, what did I say that was? 3. Exit tile ID, hero spawn tile ID, define monster spawn tile ID 0. So if I go back and search for 0 here, right? No. What? There we go. Spawn tile ID. Spawn tile ID. Monster spawn tile ID. And let's say spawns. Let's call that spawns. Monster spawns. Then we're going to add a hero spawns list as well. Level spawns. Did I not get that right? Spawn for type. Now I can actually use this. Yeah. Spawns is going to be a case on type. And we're going to look for monster. We're going to pull level monster spawns level. Hero. Level hero spawns level. I know. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Item. Let's also just use that as level monster spawns level for now. We might change that later. Then there's also the exit position, but we're not going to spawn an exit. We're just going to be checking for the position of that as we go through. Now, if we say monster spawns here, spawns on that one. Oh, we'll just take that out entirely. Change that, change that, change that. And why am I missing a print at the end? Let's check this. Okay, it's because I'm closing that out too early. Spawn count, vector length spawns. These are all supposed to be vectors, so I need to make sure I'm setting that correctly. Okay. So we got hero spawns, monster spawns, spawn count. When I say make level, I need to make sure I'm setting these up correctly, which I'm not doing currently. So we got monster spawns, exits, hero spawns, just in case I decide I want to put more positions somewhere in the future. Okay, I thought I said spawns. List vector, hero spawns. What else did I add? So monster spawns, hero spawns, level hero spawns. Exits, items, entities. Probably could do this more efficiently some other way, but whatever. I'm not too bothered with it. Same thing for all of this. Let's see, that's the exit tile ID. We're updating exits. Come on. Okay, exit tile ID, hero spawn tile ID, I believe is the one. And that's going to be hero spawns, I believe. All right. I need to make sure this is all going to work. So hero spawns, level hero spawns, level hero spawns. Also, when level spawn for type, where am I calling that? Level spawn for in game. So monster, item, hero. I'm already calling it correctly, which is great. Let's see if the code works. I have no idea. Kaiser says to Christine and Dave, can't say this enough. Y'all are building epic stuff. It's a lot of fun working with these tools, and I still haven't gotten the goblins, but I will. So much stuff I want to build with these tools. Thanks. I agree. I think Sprightly is doing some amazing work, and the future of writing scheme code is extremely bright, in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to writing some applications with this, and not just games. All right, let's reload. Error. Wrong number of arguments. Here we go. Record with no printer, so it's a record type. Wrong number of arguments. I'm guessing that is the constructor procedure for make level. Let's see, what do we miss? Width, height, tiles, monster spawns, hero spawns, exits, items, entities. Make level. We're calling it here. Width, height, tiles. I can already feel like we're missing something. I bet it's the exits list. Trev says, you literally saved David Will from PowerShell. No, I did that myself. A long time ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably it. So let's go. I need some automatic Jeopardy theme music while I'm waiting for the compiler to finish. There we go. Division by 0. That's fun. And where would that be? It could be when I'm calling index position here. Width and height. Let's just see. PK index posts, I with height. I'm just curious. Hey, Gregory. In Dahoot, that's right. It's probably Grigori. I'm guessing that's how you might pronounce your name. I could be wrong. Another division by 0. Let's see. PKV, blah, 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 blah. All that looks okay. Index post. Yes, 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 yes. Ismail says every division by 0 should be celebrated. Yes, celebrated with an error. Christine says, relatedly, I'm giving a talk today about how and why Sprightly, despite being a decentralized networking nonprofit and not a game dev shop, uses games as its demos. Yes, you should definitely check out Christine's talk on that. Probably a better place to look for the link would be in Christine's Fediverse profile, because I don't think that link is going to be clickable for most people. Maybe put it. Maybe you could put it in the YouTube chat also. I can improve the link. I think I can improve the link. All right, so division by 0. What did I do differently this time? Okay, psychic debugging time. One possible difference is that we looked for a position for a given type of spawn, and we got back something other than a position. So what if I do PK here? Spawn for type. Let's see if we're actually getting to call that. Got about 2 hours left, maybe a little bit less than 2 hours. I think we can make some progress here, so I'm slightly optimistic here. Yes, follow Christine on Fediverse. PK spawn. Double kill. All right, hero. So we're trying to spawn hero. That looks kind of right. What I expected. So we're trying to spawn hero. We're going to grab the hero spawns. Let's just jump down here and spawn for type is spawns. I'm expecting to see this be something other than what I want it to be. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't resave the map. How am I going to read the map data if there's nothing in the map? Export as? No. Why doesn't it remember the right folder for this? Right there, assets, levels. No, it needs to go into the module path. Modules, Lambda Dungeon. That's why, because I changed the file structure and now it's confused. Let's see if the level file looks right. Come on now. Right there. No, not that one. Not that. Come on. Level 1. Okay. Different tiles. Width, height. Okay. I think this is fine. That makes sense. Did I get an output on that? Maybe I haven't refreshed yet. Okay. Empty list. What should we do if there's an empty list? Like if they forgot to... set a tile. Probably in make level, it should detect that and throw an error, but I don't know if I want to be so prescriptive about it. All right, we should be good. Let me recompile the level now and see if it works. Cool. So the hero seems to spawn in the right location. The stairs are there now. All of the other items are in the general areas I expect them to be. So it's looking more like something. The hero can't get out, though, because the door is locked. It should be possible for the hero to open the door. We have not implemented door opening yet. But for now, he's trapped. So we should make a distinction between doors that are locked and not. I might have to go trim this tile set down to just things that are being used and maybe also make some variations of some tiles myself. That's a nice door tile right there. That's an open door tile. That's cool. All right. The reason why I say that is because you need to know which key unlocks which type of door if you have multiple key colors. All right. Just trying to think of what else we need to do next here. So let's get back to the notes, because we were writing some things up that were related to all this. I needed to add an exit because of the notes we were writing. So we're trying to determine what the game loop is. So what does it mean to win or lose a game? The hero collects all treasure and reaches the exit. That makes sense. So the hero has to get all of the items that are around. To get all the items, the hero may have to find keys to unlock doors. It sounds like it's a lot harder for the hero. So what are the... oh, sorry. Yeah. The win state is... monsters pick up all treasure. So they're basically racing to pick up all the treasure. Seems like there should be something else to it than that. I mean, it's going to be hard enough for the hero to get all the treasure because of, you know, the AI, quote unquote. I'm trying to avoid using that term now. The logic for the hero is going to have to... I'm actually going to use the same kind of scripting for the hero, just to validate that, you know, you can actually write logic for any of the creatures. So the logic for the hero will have to be to go find all of the... Yeah, fight the hero or trap him so he can't move anymore. Fighting is difficult. But I guess it makes more sense if Hug of Death. Yeah, that's a little bit better. They're so excited to see somebody new in the dungeon that they just hug him until he stops breathing. I like that. And I like the way that it's going to look in the log when I have the log up here, where it says, you know, Kappa's hugged hero for 30 points. That sounds good to me. And then the hero can shove them. So that he will shove the monsters to death. Just to have it be less violent. I guess the question is, how is it that we're going to match these characters up? Is it that the little green guys is just basically, if they come in contact with you. So now Kappa's the monster has now joined the IRC chat. Who is this today? This is something that Ashras would do. Anyway, so the small guys, maybe coming in contact for 1 tick is enough to knock them out. Maybe just touching the hero would lower his health a few hearts or something. Yeah. We need some readouts too for, maybe, is there like a bar? Do we need a bar over the heads or like dots over the heads of the characters to indicate their health? It's possible. So yeah, we need to keep them alive. The monsters could overwhelm them. But the more important thing, I guess if the monsters were more vulnerable, then you would be more careful. Yeah, exactly. That's sort of the idea here is trying to make there be trade-offs. You know, maybe you want to kamikaze some of your monsters at the hero to slow him down. And perhaps if you hit the hero, it will stun him for, 1 tick or something to slow him down. It could be something where you're trying to use a resource to slow down the hero. Locking doors. But if you lock a door where the hero can't get to it, then I suppose if one of the monsters has a key, if one of the monsters has a particular key, then the hero might need to go get the key from the monster. Unless the monster locked themselves in a room, then you end up with a deadlock. Yeah, Christine has more ideas about how the monsters could actually blow up, but the splash damage could be a problem for the other monsters in the way. If I had a lot more time, I would definitely implement these things. Each goblin should have a unique ability, and then you can set them out and see how it plays out. Yeah, it would be nice to do that. I don't know if we'll have time. We need to sort of be conservative about how we implement stuff just to get things finished. I would like to have a complete game loop, even if it's simple mechanics. I would like to have some kind of help display to tell you what kind of commands you can use here, or at least just a page somewhere that gives help. And maybe the ability to pause the game. I think it might be necessary to allow the player to pause, because it's a little bit difficult to switch between characters and have to go edit the script and click run and all that stuff. So this probably also needs to be save instead of run. Maybe, yeah. What do they do in Robo Rally, Christine? I don't think I've heard of that one. Would dish you out cards you could play. Yeah, if you basically, you can't pause anytime. It may need to recharge or something. Not every instruction gets dealt on every turn. That would be interesting for a more complex implementation, I think. Not all instructions can happen every time. Well, one thing I did have in mind is that the goblins might, have other priorities instead of what you told them. So they might go try to eat food or drink Red Bull. Or something, not Red Bull specifically, but we were just making some jokes yesterday about that. Drink some grog to wake up. Okay. So let's make some progress here. So things to be implemented. Remaining work, randomizing doors, opening, closing doors, and locking, unlocking doors, entities carrying objects. So I can imagine when an entity picks up an object, they have it in their inventory, and if the hero shoves them to death, they will pick up the objects, so they will have them in their inventory. Entity health. We can just add that real quick. It makes sense to do it in terms of hearts, like how many times they can come in contact with an adversary before they fall down. So we have, oh, I already have health, don't I? Wow. How smart am I? So X, Y, and then health, 100. I'm gonna call that, name, type. What would type be in this case? Oh, guy, demon, hero. Okay, that's right. I can still do a case on that. Case type, guy is gonna be 1, I would say. Demon, 2. Hero, 3. That's the number of hearts they have. Come on now. Or the hero could even have 5, let's say. I mean, if you do 5, let's go 3. Let's go 3 for now. What else? So we have health that we can use. We also need to determine after every tick. So let's go back to game.scm and then the update procedure. After we update all entities, do another pass to check for contact between monster and hero. We also need to do item pickups. We haven't done item pickups yet. Entities. So inventory. Ew. Interesting that it didn't complain that I don't have a constructor parameter for this, but maybe it's not needed. Should probably leave that out. What else do I need? I need items, health, items, entity items. It's after health. Let's go here and say items. And then make entity. We're going to go here and I think health was this one. And then items is just going to be an empty list. Now, in theory, whenever an entity steps on a tile, update entity, they should be able to take the item. I don't think the entity should be able to do that though. The game logic should do that. Update entity. Trying to think of the best way to do this. The concern I have is that we don't want to have to scan all items. It may not be that costly, but we don't really want to have to scan all items after each entity gets their update tick. It would be nice if we only check for items if they moved. But then that would require some other channel for like eventing, basically. And I don't want to have to add that right now. It seems like a waste of time. So maybe we should just do a simple check. We have the level. Game level. Let's store level here. Let level game level current game. We have one too many parens here. And we're also going to do level. Join line. There we go. Join line. There we go. Okay. So we got our lambda here. For level entities, level. And we could probably close that out here. All right, so now we've done a for each loop on everything. We've updated the entity. Yeah, so that makes sense. So update entity and then check all items. So find item. I'm pretty sure I have a procedure for that. So if I go to item.scm, find item, level, type. Ooh, I need something at a given location. Oh, whoops. Okay. Oh, I want to do this right here. Find item at. All right, let's just say X and Y. Find item at level X, Y. So let loop items, level items, if null items false, otherwise if and equal, you'd probably do well, let's just do a little equal sign. I don't know what that equivalence operator is in this case. Item X, is that right? Item X, yep, item X. Car items, X, all right. And we're going to return car items. Otherwise, we're going to loop through. So that's a general loop, and that should be fine. And we need to go up here and add an export for find item at. Then back in game, we can say find item at entity X entity, entity Y entity. I also forgot to add the level that I'm passing in here. Level, boom, right there. Okay. So that should let us find the item. Let's just move that over a little bit. If there is an item, we need to remove the item from the level. We're going to call that with a exclamation point. Level item. Maybe we should make this a compound thing. We could say remove item at, and then it returns the item, and then we just add it to the entity's items. That way we can kind of put it together. We don't have to do that multiple times. So set entity items, entity, const item. Yeah, maybe I should make that also a procedure too. We don't want to have to do this too much. Add entity item. Entity item. Cool, that's much better. And PK entity picked up item. Item type, item. Just so we get a sense of what's happening. We probably do need to add a log message for this. We need to start adding log messages. Yeah, we're gonna start running out of time soon. I might need to try to add the log a little bit later in the stream, but let's do entity pickups first. We need to go add the add entity item and change this one as well. So if we make this remove item at, we need to do a little fancy magic here. Let's see. At the end, we need to not only return... no, that's fine. Let's just leave that. But if it's successful at the very end, this is the place where it's successful. We would need to set level items. Is this an item to SCM? Oof, that seems a little bit dirty to have to do that. I think this needs to be a procedure that is in level. Feels wrong to have that here. So we're going to put that in level instead. And we can just drop it at the end here. Go up to the exports, level items, remove item at. That needs to be an exclamation point function. Go back to item, remove that from here. Go back to game. Let's see, remove item at exclamation point. Back to level. And now items, level. New items is an empty list. Like I said, here we're going to have to do a begin. And we're going to have to set level items for level to the reverse of new items. And then return, reverse of new items. So we're going to have new items. Ooh, let me think about how we're going to do that. Yeah, I think it's the other way. Let's do this. We're going to append the reverse. This is kind of gross. To the coder of items. That should give us things in the right order, because new items, we're consting those up, which puts them in reverse order. So we need to reverse them before we append the remaining items of the list to the new items. We're going to see whether this gives us the right result or not pretty quickly. And then we'll pull a car of items to be the thing that gets returned. That should work. This loop also needs to const car of items onto new items. Yep. I think that will handle it. Okay, so that's remove item at, and back in game.scm, we have remove item at. It returns an item, and then we're going to add that to the entity. So now we need to go to entity and say define add entity item, set entity items, entity, get entity items, entity, and then const item onto the front of that. And that should do it. So we have entity health, blah, 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 state, add entity item. Let's see if that works. Let's see how many compiler errors we get in between now and the time we can test it. Item X, level. Let's go to item first. We export item X. Go back to level. Do we pull in the item library? No. So use module and put dungeon item. That's one problem done. Oh, cycle in module graph. That's great. Fantastic. Let's think. So what does item have? Does item depend on level? That shouldn't be the case. Level. All right, that tells me that find item is, it does not belong here. We don't want that kind of relationship between those two modules. So I'm just going to move this procedure, remove item at. We're going to drop it right here above. Makes more sense anyway, because the level is the thing that's containing the items. So this, this should be the, wait, that's needed. It should be the one that exposes this procedure. So I'm going to take that out of here. Then I'm going to go back into this file and paste it in. Find item, remove item at. Good. Set entity items, unbound top level. That's in entity.scm. Entity, set entity items. Entity items. Okay, I need to add a setter for that. Set entity items. Didn't need that before until now. Get entity items. Oh, okay. Get entity items. That should just be entity items. Now, if this works, we should be able to test another thing we did not get to see yesterday, which is when, I haven't reloaded it yet, when an entity picks up an item, if you tell it to pick up a particular item, then it should move on to the next thing because it doesn't find that item on the screen. What was this? Hello. Okay, item type. I'm passing something that's not an item. Oh, I'm passing false. So item type. Picked up item, item type. That may be returning false. Ah, okay. All right, all right. That makes sense. When item. Just waiting. Okay. Reload. Okay, I think I saw that monster pick up an item. Entity picked up a red gem. There's plenty of these guys running around, so I think that another one will pick something up. That one picked up a red gem. That one picked up a blue key. Yep. Okay, so they're picking up items now. We shouldn't be able to have monsters stepping on the same tile, but that's just another thing to deal with later. Let's see. I'm just waiting to see. Oh, you know what? Look here, Wooweg. Why don't you go do something? Find item, key blue, take item. So he's going to go take that blue key, and then he's going to start wandering again because he won't have anything else to do. Cool. So it worked. Excellent. So the logic does work the way I expect it to. And then if I wanted to tell that character to go to, so walk to 5-5, let's say, then they may start walking to 5-5 or not. Probably it's, what is 5-5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it should have been possible. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's not doing what I asked. Let's try another one. Maybe the action state gets broken. I have a suspicion that that actually is happening. So walk to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 10. Let's walk to 10, 10, Rurer. The Rurer Juror. I think it's moving that direction. Oh, no, not moving that direction. Is walk to not a valid walk to? Why are we not walking? We're supposed to go. Okay. We'll deal with that in a little bit. Oh, you know why? It's because it needs to be an else. That's kind of a problem. I mean, I suppose I could have an else here. That might need to be expressed differently. Let's see if it actually goes over there, though. Is it trying? Yeah, I think it's trying. Okay. So this else might need to be a different value because that's sort of implying that that's the last possible clause that could be executed, but you may want to have this in multiple cases. Anyway, Now if I take this back out, it should start wandering again. There we go. Cool. So it's working. All right, so we have item pickups working. That's cool. The entities have inventory. Maybe I need to add a little log right here. In fact, can I try to add that really quickly? Index.html. No. Let's go to editor. Editor. It's not really the editor anymore. It's more like the game UI, effectively. So in the editor, yeah, I don't like the naming of this now, but that's okay. We need to have a log area. So messages, let's call it editor messages. And then let's see. Message add. Not the best, but that's okay. So the message log. We also want to put some extra style on it, maybe. It would be interesting to have a, well, let's write the procedure first. Define message, add message, and style, let's say, or class. That could work. And the idea here is that add a div to the messages element with the given class string. And that should be pretty easy. So if I do that, let me check out the CSS for what we're working with here. Editor is creating a toolbar and a text area that's not inside of a div. This is going to be inside of the editor container, I believe, which is a flexbox. It's a column. We have toolbar, we have monsters, run button, editor, icon, messages, we can say. But maybe we don't need that. That's an ID. So we're gonna also add a pinned child container messages. Where are we setting all these? We're gonna set messages as well. So make editor. All right. And we'll also create make messages, make text area. Just copy this as well. These may not be necessary, but I'm kind of using it as a way to wrap some of the boilerplate of creating elements. All right, so make element. You know, I probably don't need that. I don't think I need any of that. Maybe just for setting the ID. So messages. Sorry, this is a div. Yeah. All right, so element, and then we're going to call set attribute. On element, we're going to set the ID to messages. Just so we have that. And then everything else will get cleared out except for the return of element. Oh, wait. That's make text area twice. So let's call that messages. Okay. Now we're adding messages. Maybe I I should set a border on that to make it clear or something to separate it from the editor itself. Game CSS messages border top 1px. Let's see what that looks like. And border, wait, border, yeah, let's do this too. Solid, actually, let's take the whole thing. Pop. And just drop it in right there. And put that back to top because I don't want the bottom to be highlighted. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's see. Define message add. That's an editor. Whoops. Editor message add. I don't have a body yet, so the compiler is complaining. Add. Is it child? Append child. Let's do this. Oh, come on. Container, we're going to say editor. Ooh, we need editor here. Editor. And a let element, make element, div. And then set attribute. If class is not anything, then I can just do something default. So set attribute style. That's going to be on, well, let's call it, no, element. And then, yep. Then we'll just, well, we can rotate this a little bit. How about we do that? Don't need to do the nest thing. Okay, message add. We're adding it to the editor instance for the, oh, I haven't actually set the text node. Let's go here and pin child, make text node. That's gonna be message. Okay. And we can test this out in game.scm. Oh, we could also do this. I don't really like that, but that's okay. I'll need to come up with a better way to write messages out for this, but that's okay. And then style, pickup, that's okay. But let's also add an initial message when the game starts up. Okay, let's see, game editor. And game editor. I have not exported that. Maybe I should move the message thing to game instead, but I don't have access to some of that stuff outside the module, so maybe not. Okay. Irritants, editor message, types check failed. Ooh, I forgot to... Game editor, current game. What did I miss? Message add. Editor message class. Ooh, that's it right there. That was my mistake. Editor. Almost there. Okay, so I do see a message here. Probably needs to have a certain height at least. Let's see, game CSS. CSS relative height container. I don't think that works, does it? Also, let's spruce it up a little bit. So I think we need to put some margin in. So margin 10px. Actually, what margin do I have elsewhere? 5? Okay, 5px. Overflow scroll Y, I believe I want. Also needs an auto scroll. So CSS auto scroll to bottom. Is there a thing for that? Pen scrolling to bottom. Overflow anchor. So you actually have to use JavaScript for that? Just watching the demo here. Demo's not working. Not working. Yeah, I guess you could do that, right? I think that's what I was doing actually in Live Crafters. I just automatically scroll to bottom every time something's added. I could do that. I could do that. I won't do it right now, but I could do that. So we need to set the font, but I want to set the font slightly smaller. Font size. I'm not setting a font size at all. That's pretty funny. Font size 0.8 EM, let's say. What else? We need to set a height. So height of, I don't know, 10%. Not sure if that's going to work right, but let's check it out and see what happens. Oh, it's done already because I just edited the CSS files. Okay, that looks a bit better. Let's see if anybody will go and pick up an item. Boom, entity picked up item. Great, so we did get a message for that. And we can have a, let's say, messages.pickup. The foreground, no, color could be yellow. Does that work? And then back in game, general, I don't know. I don't like that too much. Let's see. Color rainbow. Let's steal some colors again. Describe face. Where's the blue I want? That's okay. Let's use this color, the warning color, for pickup. Don't you love just, you know, stealing colors from themes? I do. Does that need to be? Okay, that's fine. That's 6. All right, good. Also, the color that I saw before for describe face, this one right here, I'll take. It's a nice muted blue, not too bluish. Steal that one. Thank you, Doom Pale Knight. And then we'll have a messages tack. We could use this one right here. That will stand out, get your attention. Okay, so now back in game, we got our general message, we got a pickup message. That should be good. Let's try it again, see what it looks like. I think that 10% wasn't enough either, so I can probably bump this to 20. So 10%. Hello, 10%. What? Ooh, it didn't actually scroll, did it? That's weird. Let's take a look at the element. Style general. That's under messages. It doesn't, let's see, CSS style selector. Parent. CSS style under parent ID. Style an element inside a parent class or ID. Is that thing? Child link element in the class of A. I want to go for the class. It's not exactly what I had in mind. I can change this though. All right, well, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do plain old style names, nothing fancy. Oh, I don't need to recompile that. Still not working. Style general. Ooh, what's that? Invalid property name? I think I screwed up. That's right. Editor.scm. That must be why it didn't work. Let's see. Editor's element style class. I set that, didn't I? But that's not style, it's class. Okay. Good. Now we have, okay, now we see both of them. Good, we have messages, that's good. Can the hero pick up that key? He's not moving. There we go. Entity picked up item. Let's go into entity, no, game, Doom. All right, let's call that hero here. For that message in game.scm, we need to use string append, entity name, entity. Okay, so for item name, we're going to generate that. So item name, And we'll use a match expression. Let me pull in, okay, hoot match is already here. We're gonna match item type item. So if it's a gem, all right, we've already got some stuff here. Let me actually just pull this. This could be much more robust, but for now we're just gonna go with this. Blue key, red key, yellow gem, blue gem, red gem. Now we have item names. We should be able to write that out. Picked up. Okay. That's for pickups. Okay. Picked item up or picked up item. Yes. Let's take a look at that. We'll look at how it looks in the text and then we'll fix it. Item name, I need to export in this module. Thank you for the input for sure. Item name. There we go. Thank you to Ismail. Almost there. Now let's see. Husak picked up yellow gem. All right. I need to add a space right here. I feel like picked up and then the target name is a bit more predictable in terms of the order of the text. So I think I'll leave it like that. Good to see it happen though. And let me see, what if I can, well, I guess there's nothing else to pick up here, but at least we do have messages now, which is great. I kind of want to make the text a little bit smaller. So if I go into CSS, EM, I'll put that at 0.7 and let's see if it makes it. Okay, that's a bit better. So now we have a log, which is good. I kind of want, maybe it's padding I want instead of margin. Let's go with padding instead. I want that line to reach all the way across. It might not though. Oh, could have just reloaded without recompiling. Come on, there we go. Much better. I like that a lot. So we have our messages and yep, we saw Jaxel picked up a red gem. I could say picked up the yellow key, the yellow gem, etc. That way it seems a bit more like, you know, written English. What the hell? Okay. Good, good, good. So we have messages now. That didn't take too long. And we've got about, I don't know, 40 minutes to make some more progress. So what else can we do? I mean, for there to be a win or lose state, something needs to happen. So I would like to at least make it possible for somebody to be able to win this. The most obvious candidate would be for the hero to try to head to the exit. So first of all, we're going to need to, we either need to make it so that they can open a door, which is possible. We can certainly make it so they can open a door. It'd be cool to see the hero open that door and walk out. But we need to know if they're trying to walk that direction. So there's an extra logic case that I think we need to cover, which is they're currently walking. So find item, has item. So blocked. Let's see, what would that be? Sober version, yes. We need to have something like blocked by door. How do they check if they need to get through a door? So usually they will have a direction they're trying to walk in, and if they can't walk in that direction, they need to try to open the door. Opening the door may require just opening it, or it might require unlocking it first, which may require finding a key. Perhaps if they want to find a particular item and they can't find it, then the next thing they need to do is look for the key that will enable them to walk through the door. So if the pathfinding algorithm says they can't pass the door because they don't have a particular item, which I think we need to add as part of find path in entity. So one thing we're already looking at here is whether the tile is walkable. We also need to see if is the tile so we kind of need to know that they need a particular key to accomplish their goal. I'm not sure how to convey that information through to the logic steps yet. But I guess, I mean, you don't necessarily need to do that. Maybe the player knows this. The player is looking at the screen. They know which key they need, and they just edit the logic to take care of that. I mean, almost seems like the logic is kind of pointless. Like having multiple clauses is pointless because you're not going to write a script unless the idea is that, well, okay, maybe that's the idea for the game. You don't get to change the script. The game starts paused. You need to go look at what's on the screen, have a strategy, edit the scripts for all the characters. Yeah, I think that's it. That's how this is going to work. Then you click run, and then that's when the game runs, and you just wait and see what happens. You don't really have any control over it after that point. I like that. That makes a lot more sense. So no more immediate wandering. How can we actually encode this behavior then? Let's go back to our notes. So we've got entity health, but maybe we should say entity combat. Trev says that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Entities carrying objects, we've got that now. Yeah, so for each entity, you're going to look at them, you're going to sort of strategize based on what's available and what's on the screen, and then you'll do what you have to do. The hero, though, how will the hero know inherently what to do? Is it just that the hero can bash through any door? I mean, maybe that's a thing. Because you're not editing the hero's script. The hero has to be able to do something. We'll have to think about that one. All right, so let's see. The game loop. Before starting the game, you must edit the scripts of all entities to come up with a plan for all of them. Then click run to execute it. You are not yet allowed to change the scripts while the game is running. I mean, it's possible we could do something where after some number of turns or some number of time, you have the ability to pause the game and edit your scripts, maybe to make it a little bit more interactive. But I feel like this is a good start. I mean, we can at least script the entities and then see what they do. All right, so to implement this behavior then, we need to start the game off paused, where we're not actively updating everything first. So the game itself needs to have a state. Or maybe like paused. Game, so state. Yeah, we need state. All right. So state is game state, set game state. State can be things like running, paused, win, lose, that kind of thing. Because that's how it's going to tell you won or lose, win or lose. It will stop executing, but it will display a message. Okay. We're getting there. It's happening. Game state, set game state. Cool. I could probably hide that one. Don't necessarily need to export it. Eastmail says, cheater's gonna cheat. Maybe. Okay, let's see. Generate monsters, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now inside of the main game loop in game.scm, the other game.scm, I probably should rename these, we will not do this whole update loop if, so when equal game state current game is running, then we'll do all these things. Otherwise, we will not. And we're going to have to set the game state. So in this game, make game, we're going to set the initial state. Let me see, what order was that in? Level, editor, state. So make game, level, no. Make game, level editor, paused. All right, so that's the way we set this up. Create the game and pause it to start with. Also, that run button probably needs to react according to the game state, so it needs to be grayed out or something if you can't currently click it. But that's for another time. Now, when we click run inside of editor, I think we need to do a different behavior. Oh, that's back in game in modules. So there's a lambda in here that we need to look at. Right here, name script, set entity script. Yeah. So this actually set the game to run. Something else is happening. I've noticed that whenever you're in the game, if you go to a script and change it, and then select another one, and then go back, the content is still there as if it did get saved, and it would have to have called something to make that work. It won't just happen by accident. Oh, wow, got a little bit of an error here. Wef. Okay, I was parsing the text and it's not valid syntax. That makes sense. So I need to see why this is happening. Somehow when I'm selecting the entity, it's doing more than I expected. So when I select the entity, I actually need to save the entity script at that time. Let's use a little log here. I don't know why the characters get ghosted like that. Okay, so whenever you select an entity, we're going to save the script that you added in there. Do we want to do that, or we want to be more explicit? Maybe have an actual save button? I don't know. Maybe, because otherwise we might run into trouble. So do we need to add a save button? Can I go to editor? Yuck. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go through all that. Let's just do it this way for now. It's not great, but that's okay. Lambda name. That's the new... We know what the current selected entity is. So game selected monster. Ooh, yeah, current game, right? That's in the handler. So we're going to old script. Okay. Set editor content. Let monster find entity. Okay. Set entity script, and we also need to make sure first. I mean, it should already be set, but I don't know. It should be set already. Set entity script, game selected monster, old script. So we need to change the way that the editor invokes that callback. Selector, lambda, e, selection proc, element value selector. Okay, element value text area. There we go. And then the run proc doesn't need that. Maybe it does, though. Because if you click run, it needs to save the current script also. We already know what the name is in this case. All right. Let's see. Set game state. Game running. This should, hopefully, put us in the right situation once we get this working. Old script. Old script. Unbound top level. Old script. Old script. Ah, yes. This just needs to be script. Compile that. PK error 1. Have I not used PK in this file? I guess not. Need to pull in boot debug. Also, we have game. That's at line 87. 87 right there. 88, actually. This will be current game because we've got that in the current let rec. Okay. So, what is it that we're looking for now? What did we change? Ah, yes, we're not running yet. So we're looking at the various different. Hey, Dave. Oh, dude, what is happening? Why does it do that? Why does the button get clicked? Unless I've wired something up incorrectly, it shouldn't start moving immediately. Let's look at that again. I change. Oh, I just literally clicked on that. Click on the selector and it thinks I clicked the button. Did I ever wire it up to the wrong? I wired it up to the wrong element. I feel pretty strongly about that. So in editor, event, selector, change, event listener, toolbar, element. Ooh. Wrong. Yeah. We're doing this when we click the entire toolbar. I need the button. Here it is. Append child button. Here's the run button. We're going to put the event handler down here somewhere. That explains it. That was a bit of a mystery for me this whole time. Let me... suppose this should work. Whoa. Recompile. Reload. Now, if I click on this, it doesn't activate everything. Cool. So logic, let's say, so Loyef is this guy. He's stuck behind a door. So I would have to tell him to open the door first. Yeah, so this is the sort of flow that we're looking at. You start the game, and you see where all the things are. You see there's 4 gems. There's a key. Of course, the key is not mapped to doors yet, but it will be. And you can select the different entities or monsters and look at their scripts and decide what to tell them to do. So if I change again and then go back, all right, it does actually save that. That's good. Find item, gem red, take item. So that's the thing I can give to this character, but he won't be able to do it because he can't get to that door. I can click run. Now the game is running. And they will basically be trying to do the things they're supposed to be doing, but he can't currently. All right. Let's see. Okay. It's looking good. I mean, I'm liking the way the game's looking so far. I think that we're getting there. I think we understand the flow of the game a bit better now. Now we just need to add stuff like opening doors. So maybe we need to have like a blocked open door. If we have that, then maybe if they encounter a position they can't move, like they have a path that they're working on, and they can't move because they're currently blocked. Maybe there's some context that gets passed between these predicates. So for instance, find item, gem red, take item. We're currently, we have an action that is stored that is moving us every frame or every tick. And if we are trying to move and we look at the next tile where we're supposed to be moving and we can't move there because there is a closed door or a locked door, then that might be added to a context object that gets passed to the subsequent predicates. And then this block could say, oh, okay, I'm currently blocked, so let me open that door. So it will open the door to go through, and then we'll go try to grab the red gem that it's looking for. I think in the game, we need to only generate one of each type of item so that there's no confusion about which one we're talking about. So there could be up to 3 gems at any given point. We could also have coins as well. I haven't actually implemented that yet, but... Okay. So we got about... Yeah, we haven't implemented win-lose states yet. Also, I need to make sure that when I change these, that that doesn't actually update their logic in the game. Okay, yes, I need to implement a new rule here. So when we do the run action, yeah, in game.scm, I think we need to set game state. That needs to not actually be... Well, okay, that's fine. Set game state. to do. Only compile the logic scripts and assign at this moment. Set editor content, set, where is it? Set script, set entity script. Yeah, we don't want to compile that yet. So back in entity, set entity script, we previously compiled it immediately, I think. Yeah, so here I've made that private. Set entity script. Right here is where I do this. Let's see, compile. It would be nice to check it. We don't need entity for that. All we need is to make sure we can read it and get it back. Let's do that. Okay, so now we have compile script. That's a separate procedure. Set entity script, compile script. Let's compile whatever. Compile script. And I think we have a default script. So default script. Default entity script. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it like that. And then for game only, that's the wrong game. Only right there. For each lambda m, I guess it's for everyone. So it could be for all the entities. It's fine if it's all the entities. Entity. Set entity logic. So back in entity.sem, set entity logic. Okay, let's do it here too. And set entity logic, compile script. Okay, so we got this. It's a full lambda. We're going to do this over all of the entities. So game, is it game or... Okay. And also, let's do a log here. So back in CSS, we can, let's see, game state, let's call it that, game state. We'll make those purple messages, color, steal another purple. I mean, it could be this purple, the one we're, well, no, we're already using that one too much. Green, this one, right there. Okay, so now we've got a color for our game state. And we could use that color here too, actually. It's a bit better than the one I had before. All right, so we got that green. And we'll write out a message to let the player know that the game has begun. That is message add. Go back to the main game. Message add game editor current game. There we go. Oh, we need to compile the logic before we start the game too. Try that. 3 doors, 1 key. Yeah, I mean, I need to generate an equivalent number of doors. Entity. Yeah, it's something I haven't done yet. But we do need to finish that, so I probably should add that to the notes. I think I had that in the notes, actually. Randomize doors and mapped into equivalent number of keys if locked. I think I should also change the item generation. So make item. Is it level? Generate items? Shoot. Generate items. Okay, there we go. Items, item count. Okay, we definitely need to change that. Reload. And what was it that I did? I only compile the code. Yeah, so let's run it. I'll change the KM here and say walk to 1-1. And then change back over to Nakas here. Yeah, he doesn't walk. Oh, is he walking back? No, he's not walking back. Okay. So that, yeah, it doesn't update the logic until you click run again. So we need to make run not actually execute if the game's already running. In fact, I could change that right now. Where is the button for run? That's in game.sem running right here. Let's make sure that we're not already running. So if equal game state current game is running. Guess I don't really need to have that on separate lines anymore, do I? Sometimes it's just easier to read it that way. Message add game editor current game. That's just a hack for now. Probably should. Okay, that's fine. We got too much code here in this kind of nested lambda. I'm not really digging it. Oh, what did I do? Source expression failed. I think I missed something probably when I made this if. I forgot to close something out. So if equal, yep. Message add, yep. Otherwise, oh, I need to begin here. All right. Should probably move all that into a separate procedure and just pass through the values that are bound in the closure. Okay, so now if I click run, and I click run again, it'll say the game is already running. Okay, so we got that. Does it scroll? No, it doesn't scroll. Come on, I told you. CSS overflow. I told you. Overflow is clipped, but a scroll bar is added to see. There's not a scroll? Why? Oh, overflow. Why? My mistake. CSS overflow. It's overflow Y. Scroll. There we go. Overflow X. Is it like none? Hidden. Visible, overflow is not clip, content range outside, auto, when necessary. Overflow is clipped and the rest of the content will be invisible. I don't want that. Let's just leave the X out for now. Compiling again. Oh, it's still there. I mean, sorry, it's finished. Let's click run a few times. Okay, scroll bar, good. I also need to scroll to the end. Maybe I can add that now. So, JavaScript scroll element to bottom. Scroll to bottom of div. Let's see. It is scroll top equals scroll height. Let me check what I did in Live Crafter because that seemed to work pretty reliably for me. I just saw live crawfish for sale in the in the list. That was pretty funny. JS scroll to chat box scroll height. All right, so we need scroll to and scroll height in the DOM. What is it? Let's say DOM element. Scroll to and scroll height. We don't have those now. Let me double check that. Actually, scroll. Nope, nothing for scroll. Find foreign. What's it called? Scroll to element. Scroll to. Ref extern. That would be is two values. F64, F64. Is that the right way to do that? No. No. Well, I can give ints. I'm guessing it's giving an integer, so I64 would that be, or is it 32? Let's assume it's I32. So I32, then another I32. Then it will return and nothing? None. I'm guessing none. I did not type this correctly. Foreign. Okay. Also, I need to create a define foreign scroll height. This should also be a exclamation point, I think. All right, and then this will be a ref extern. F64 maps best. Yeah, I was looking at the other bindings here, like set height, set width. You're using I32, so I'm just sort of following what I see. But if you think it should be F64, then that's fine too. Scroll height is going to just return an F64. Let's say F64. Yeah, I don't really know what the scroll range would be. It could be pretty huge though, so who knows? Let's use F64. Scroll to, scroll height. Now we got to go to game.js in the element. Go to the bottom. Scroll, come on. Scroll to element. What is it? X chord, Y chord, X, Y, okay. lm.scroll to X, Y. And then scroll height. I64 allocates big ints, by the way, okay. Definitely don't want that. lm.scroll height. My shift finger is not working anymore. This is what I was doing here. All right. Nope. So now we've got an element. We got scroll height and scroll to. So let's jump down here, add those to the exports. And in editor.scm, what I want to do, message add. I probably should have said add message, who knows. Pin child. After I pin the child, I want to use scroll to 0. No. Element. No. Editor messages. Editor. I need to save that, so let's do this here. Messages. Editor messages. Editor. Okay. Then here I can just make that be messages. And this also could be messages. Come on. Scroll height messages. Recompile. Wrong number of arguments to scroll to. Yes, I need a 0 there. Probably also a 0.0, actually. Did I put... Yeah, I put the right type on scroll height. Should be good now. Easy to test. Come on. Oops, wrong tab. Here we go. Let's just hit run a few times. There we go. Great. So at least it scrolls to the bottom. We can keep an eye on what's going on in the messages list, and you can scroll up too if you want to see what's happening. Excellent. So I think that's all the time I have today for this. We did make a lot of progress. I mean, let's just recap what we did. First of all, there's a selection rectangle on the monster that you're currently editing. Did I click run? Oh yeah, I did click run. There's a selection rectangle on the monster that you're currently editing. You can kind of trace them, see what they're doing based on the behavior you gave them. The game does not run until you click run, because the idea is that before to start the game, you look at the map, you see what things are there, then you go for each of your characters and come up with a plan for each of them. Then click run, and then you don't get to edit their scripts anymore. You just let it run and see what happens. And we haven't gotten to implementing the win or lose state yet. We also haven't gotten to opening doors, but we did implement grabbing items. So for instance, for this Yegik guy here, I can tell good old Yegik to find item gem blue. Maybe I should just change the order of those symbols, and then take item. Click run, and then he'll go grab that blue gem. Oh, he happened to grab the red one too. That's okay. And then the game, in theory, would play on until a win or lose state was reached. We may implement some logic where at some point in the game, you get to stop the game and then edit your scripts and continue. That could be pretty interesting. But yeah, it's looking good. I mean, we're not fully there yet, but I think with maybe 1 or 2 more streams, we could at least have the game loop working to the extent that you can call this a game. So, I don't know, pretty good progress. I want to clear up some of this PK stuff I've got in here, though, because it's bugging me. PK. What am I PKing? Can't find path, unknown action. Where are those? Index posts? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Get rid of that. Let's go ahead and commit the code so that you can check it out yourself if you want to go to the repo. The link to the repo is in the description of the YouTube video. Otherwise, you can go to codeberg.org/davidwheels/lambda-dungeon. The game is also playable on itch, fluxharmonic.itch.io/lambda-dungeon. Yegik is joining now. The monsters of the game keep joining. All right, so we're going to commit our changes to the map, the CSS file. Like it says, you see a blue gem around here? Nah, man. Never seen any blue gems. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay, we got our new bindings we're checking in. New game logic. Just making sure I'm not leaving any crap around that I don't want. I love how the game is becoming real and it's infiltrating the IRC. Canvas bindings. Yeah, the notes will save. Element. Yes, more bindings. Let's see. I didn't sandbox the scripts. That's right. They're escaping. Yep, got all the extra entity stuff. Yep, cleaned up some things there. Is a tile a locked door? Yeah. Maybe we don't have to worry about that. We'll see. Don't underestimate AI. We don't have AI in this game. There's no AI. That term has been tarnished. We can't use that anymore. We don't say that word anymore. It's double plus ungood. All right, so there we go. I think that's everything. So add item pickups. Message view or message log, let's say. What else do we add? More spawn types. Game state. Game states. Yep. That sounds like it. Cool. Now that's pushed, and in about a minute or two, the game should be updated on the itch page, so you can check that out there. All right. You know, I would have liked to get a little bit more work done on this today, but I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of work that got done. I mean, the game is starting to look like a game. Almost there. Where did the name Yegget come from? Look here, Dave, on the screen. Right up here, the monster name. Someone is joining the IRC with the names of the randomly generated names of the monsters, which is pretty funny. It happened earlier, too. Probably Trev. Or alternate Ved. Not sure who might be doing that right now. Or it's just a character from the game. You know, he's just kind of chilling, walking around on his phone, typing things into the IRC. Oh, yeah. No. I've just made a really dumb name generator that just generates names of 5 letters where the outer and middle are consonants and the inner 2 are vowels. Yegik is a fun name. Yeah, there's a lot of really borderline problematic names that come out of this too. So I'll mention one more time to those of you who are here, who weren't here earlier, if you like what I'm doing here in this stream, like if you're interested in learning Scheme to be able to write code like what we're doing in the stream, check out my hands-on Guile Scheme for Beginners course. Where is that? Praying hands emoji. Apparently I searched for that at some point. Go to systemcrafters.net and the orange box has a link there. It's basically an 8-week interactive course where I teach you both Scheme and functional programming. So it's pretty, I think it does the job pretty well. People seem to be fairly happy with it. So if you're interested in learning Guile Scheme specifically, you know, how to write code, basically like what we're seeing here right now, the course will run you through the fundamentals of Scheme, functional programming, also practical programming in Guile, including, you know, APIs you would want to use for messing with a file system or other system management tasks, how to debug code, how to interactively develop code with the Geyser package. There's all kind of stuff. So check out the landing page for that and sign up if you're interested. And we'll get started on that course on June the 8th. So it's an interactive course where all the people join together on the forum or in video calls and discuss the pre-recorded material that I have prepared there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me either on the comments to this stream or on IRC or email or whatever you want. So tomorrow we will be streaming for the Game Jam. I'm not sure what time because I'm also planning to stream for System Crafters Live in the evening at the normal time. I don't think I'll be doing the Game Jam at that point. So probably I'll be doing early afternoon again. We'll see. Depends on how things go in the day tomorrow. And I'll stream at least once on the weekend to finish out the Game Jam. Not exactly sure which day that will be. Probably Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see. and then we'll finish this thing up. We've only got a couple streams left, but I think we'll get there. We'll get something done. I'll be proud of it because, you know, we set out on a goal and we will have mostly accomplished it. So that's good. So thank you all for being here today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, happy hacking. We'll see you.